Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Eddie Marcus here. Again, I was thinking, the world, especially America, we need more carpenters. We need more carpenters. We need more carpenters, ladies and gentlemen. We know the work of carpenters. We need millions of carpenters right here in this country. And across the globe, every country must do what is necessary to engage the people so that they can have more carpenters available to them. We also need engineers. We need engineers here in America, and every country needs engineers. And if you don't have engineers, then you got to start talking with the rest of those who do have engineers so you can get some engineering taking care of business. We're talking about the future now. We need more doctors. I mean, you want a doctor's appointment? In fact, I called to get a doctor's appointment for to check on my cardiologist. You know, I can get in July, and this is what, April 18th? I can get an appointment in July. Now, if I wanted something sooner than that, I got to have an emergency and go into the hospital. Isn't that something? We need millions and millions of doctors and nurses and other representatives of that particular profession. We need to amass them now. Whatever you need who want to be a doctor, we want you to know that America is open to receive you. And we'll be doing everything we possibly can on our front to aid you in becoming the best medical representative that you can be. We need you. You hear me? America needs you. So when you go to sleep tonight, think about, regardless of how young you are or how old you might be, there still is something that you might can do, especially if you like it, especially if that's your career objective, especially if there's something in you that you maybe never done it before. But then this is the opportunity. Don't pass it up. We need more farmers. And I'm talking about farmers to produce good food. Now, I know they want us to believe that when they started using the kind of chemicals that would protect food while it's growing up or when it's in the can being processed and so they don't really mean to hurt you or we the people who consume those items. They're just really trying to exercise whatever talents they might have to make this stuff available to us for as long of a period as is required, allowing them enough time to continue the process of growing and going through the rest of that stuff to get it back to it. I'm sure that's what they are about. But there's one way we can assure that that is what they are about, and it's in the new part. So we need to make sure that we got farmers to produce whatever types of food we need to have healthy bodies and enjoy that stuff as well as having a desire for a healthy body. We need farmers all over the place. And I'm sure there are many of you who would love to farm, and for one reason or another you haven't pursued it or discontinued it. And we want to make sure that those excuses are eliminated. You let us know what they are, because we are here for you, because we know deep down inside all that skill and you got is for all of us. And we want to turn it loose. We are in need of teachers. Oh, my goodness. Education is something else, isn't it? We are in need of educators. And we want those of you who have the best knowledge and the best understanding of how to transfer that knowledge to an interested mind that is out there just ready to grasp it and get busier taking care of love for that particular career that they have. And not only that, I've said some good things that we need, and I'm not going to try to say them all because everything that we do got to be made better. And we need people in every field that exists today, and even new fields. And while saying that, don't forget we need good athletes. We don't want to think that because we are focusing on other things like we've never before, that we want to get rid of athletes and artists and musicians. And no. We need these to keep us alive, to give us something that's outside of the careers that we have, to come together and smile together on some common things that are put before us. We got to take care of this business, ladies and gentlemen. We got to make sure it's done absolutely right. Now, these are good things, but I want to also step outside of the good things that I've been telling you. I thought I'd tell you these things first, because the next message I'm going to give you is going to take some thinking. It's going to take some thinking on your part. And I want you to know this. Many times we've talked about going to heaven as if heaven is some fantastic place, and I agree, because I talk about it all the time. But I don't talk about going to heaven so much as I talk about creating heaven right here, because I do know we have the ability, and if we exercise it, we can do it. And this I know. This here thing about going someplace requires a belief. This I know. That requires a belief. I can believe it because I see the things that can be done. It's nothing for me to believe. But this I know. So I want you to know this much too, ladies and gentlemen, that this heavenly place is a place it's a wonderful place. It's a wonderful place for people who are wonderful. It is a wonderful place for people who were not wonderful, who gave it all up, who became nothing but as demons, serving another cause outside of the purpose of the human creation, outside of the purpose of God's will. Filth, as dirty rags I've heard people call us. But don't think that we're going to be filth and dirty rags getting up into some heaven. There's going to be some changes, my friends, my sisters, and my brothers. If you go to heaven, it's going to be because you want to be there. I tell you this all the time. That means you got to stop doing this and start doing that. You're going to do it. There ain't going to be no problem. Now, you might call yourself saying, well, I don't know when. I tell you what, it'll be before you get there. I don't know when you're going to get there, but it'll be before you get there. Now, that sounds really good, doesn't it? Now, I want you to know, ain't no hating up in heaven. So all you haters down here on earth better get your act together. Haters, get your act together. If you're white and you can't stand black, don't think you're going to heaven. You ain't going to heaven, not with that attitude. Black, if you think you hating whites and going to get to heaven, no, you can get back. You ain't going to heaven with that attitude. No, you ain't going to heaven with that attitude. Those of you who are rich think you got it going on. And God is, and you allowed yourself to exist down here with all these poor people. All the pain and suffering that come from being poor. You think you're going to walk your rich tail up to heaven? You better go take another seat. I'm not saying you're not going, but you ain't going like that. You're going to change, baby. And you poor folks, you've been sitting down there poor all your life. And you think you finna go to heaven? No, ain't no poverty in heaven. Ain't no poverty in heaven. You got to get up. What'd you say? You got to get up. What'd you say? You got to get up. And when you get up, what you got to do? You got to get busy. And there's a plan that's always been laid out for you. You just didn't know it, so you get a chance, just like everybody else, to get your act together. Because there ain't no prepared act getting up in heaven. I want you to know that, ladies and gentlemen. And all you folks who are killers out there, who can grab a gun. I don't know what the reasons might have been that caused you to do this, but I want you to know ain't no killers going to heaven. I don't care who you say you were killing for. You could have been killing for yourself, your mama, your daddy, your husband, your wife, your country. You killers? No, you ain't going up in heaven. Now, the only way a killer can get into heaven, and I'm just saying this, is in self-defense. These killers come up on you to kill you, and you can't lose. Not if you're a God person, you can't lose. You ain't no fear in you. So whatever it takes, it's going to happen. But it wasn't out of hate, meanness, bigotry. No, it was out self-preservation. Now, if you're going to be forgiven for something, I'm not going to say you are, but I can understand it. Now, if you Jews, you know, everybody got their own religion. I'm not talking about Jews. I just thought about the Jews because they said over there in Palestine, all kinds of stuff going on. Oh, man, it's sick. Well, somebody over there is wrong. I don't know who you are. I'm not going to try to judge and say who's wrong. Because all the information I got is the information I heard. And you know what? When you hear stuff, But you know, you who are wrong, ain't none of that crap getting to heaven. And those who are being oppressed and abused for standing up for what you're supposed to do, I say the same thing to you. That's self-defense. It looks good. I'm not going to say you're going to heaven with that, but it looks good. Now, hatred, racism, and bigotry, people think they're superior to others. You ain't going to heaven. Not with that attitude. Now, I have singled out a few people. Now, let me single out the rest of us. I have said, and it is true, that God has prepared that everything that we as human beings need on the face of the earth, outside of what we are, it's just all been provided. Every resource outside of ourselves has been embedded around here somewhere. It's on the earth or in the earth or above the earth. Putting in crevices. Some of you got to wait till times of the future come for you to know how to find it. But it's all here for us to do all the things that we have done. And it will be here to do all the things we will have to do. And who will do it? Those who will benefit from it. Who are those that will benefit from it? It is we, the people of this city, people of this state, people of this country. But not only that, people all over the globe, wherever you are. We are the ones that will be doing it. We will be exercising our gifts and our talents to cause a manifestation of houses and food and clothing, shelter, education, transportation, going to the moon, all kinds of things. We, the people, will be doing that, using our imagination, which feeds us from the bosom of God about things to create. And the resource is free. And we're excited about what we got to do, and now we're going to benefit from it. What benefit from it, ladies and gentlemen? I tell you this. You don't suffer for nothing. Your needs, your wants, and your desires are being met. Peace, prosperity, and freedom. Joy in your life, happy in your dreams being fulfilled. I tell you, this is what comes when you trust in a power you can't see, but allow that power to live in you. That is connected through the process of loving. Ain't nobody on the face of the earth can tell you nothing any better than that. So as far as that goes, if somebody say, Eddie, you don't know what you're talking about, that ain't nothing but coming out your head. Well, I can say if it's coming out of my head, it looks pretty good to me. Because as I see it, I'm not causing you any pain. I'm not causing you any suffering in the process of this that I show before you. But I am seeing every last one of you happy. Your dreams coming true. I see that. So I ain't got no problem. Ain't no shame in my game. If God didn't say it, I'm still not ashamed because he sure gave me some good ideas. And I'm sharing them with you. I ain't got nothing but the ideas. And the reason I ain't got nothing but the ideas is because I chose not to reach out here and get caught up in this junk when I know I was going to be telling you we're going to have to change. So if I know we're going to have to change, I'm not grabbing onto that stuff. I want to build right now a new order. A new system of doing things. A new system of doing things. We can do better than this. This is what they gave us. And I don't want to go down with this hell. I don't want to go down with this hell. I want better. Dog it, I want better. And I believe you do too. Otherwise, I wouldn't be talking to you. I think you do. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to end here today and say that I want to thank you if you listen to this video. But you look on cable, you got people over there that's trying to be real representatives in the future. They have shown you nothing but dirtiness. They have shown you slop. They have shown you ugliness. They have lied. They've cheated. They've stolen. They are filled with hate and racism and bigotry. They are mean killers, got to have guns. They got to sleep with guns. Even on Jesus' birthday, they got to have guns. These folks don't mean anybody any good, not even themselves. But they want you to accept all of the lies that they tell. They want you to pretend like you are as blind as a bat. They want you to say that you have already accepted Satan and his representatives. It's just the next step. But don't do it, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to. Because I can promise you, They have not 1 inch of power as long as you say no. Say no. And say yes to God. The new order. Not staying here where we are. This, where we are, is filth. Pure deep filth. I mean, that stuff that Trump and them trying to do and the Republicans trying to do. Oh, that's you can't get in the, well, I guess you could get lower than that because you could do it with Putin killing those folks over there in Ukraine. Oh man, that's low. And over there with what do you call it? Chang Chu. Donald Trump in love with this guy over in China. And I understand he's over there got people so much under oppression, it's ridiculous. But ladies and gentlemen, I tell you, ain't no shame in my game. I stand up against this guy in China any day. I'll stand up against the guy in North Korea any day. I guarantee you, everyone in China and everyone in North Korea would love to do what I've been talking about. You know, as Americans might not, but they would. And if they thought they had one possibility of getting that monster out of the way in North Korea and in China, they'd have this built in a year. And we'll still be around here arguing about shutting Trump up. But I say this, ladies and gentlemen, because it needs to be said. You're talking about the drug wars. The drug wars. You know what all of that stuff is about? It's about what we as human beings have replaced God with. Now, man thinks he's replaced God. And in his mind, he probably has, in his mind. But we the people, we don't look at it as the man on the man. We're looking at what the man uses. Money. Not everybody's like Margaret Taylor Greene running after the man. Most folks running after the money. Because they say if they got the money, they can do all the things I was just describing they could do free. Only to find out, ask these jokers who got the money just sitting up there. Can't do nothing with it. I'll talk to you.